YouTube viewer, thank you so very much for coming to yet another Pokemon tier list guide. This time we are going to be getting involved in my all-time favorite gen in Pokemon, which is Gen 3. I am so excited to show my most glorious of takes here in the Pokedex. So as always, again, thank you for being here. And if in fact you end up enjoying this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, because that would allow not only for my YouTube channel to grow, but also this video to get recommended more. And again, just thank you for being here. So on top of that, if you do hear me at any point in time during the stream, interacting with people, this is currently live on my Twitch channel, which as always is twitch.tv/SmartAlecPlays. So if you'd like to see it live, we would be more than welcome here. We'd be blessed and honored to have you. But in the meantime, it's time for us to get this started. So here we go. And just like that, my music died. So let's do this. So. Let me think about this. Wait, where is the music in Smash? Where is that? Where is that? Real quick there, guys. Because I had it in the arena, but that doesn't make any sense for me to do. I know there's a place just to be able to listen to it. Somewhere in the options, it's the music note thing. No, but like without making an arena though. It's in the vault? Okay, vault. But I don't see music. Oh, sounds. Alec, you idiot. I'm an idiot. Thank you, FNAF. Thank you guys all. I'm just dumb. Okay. All right, now we're set. 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 All right, final check. Can we all hear it? And then I'm gonna have to give myself a little bit more space to re-edit this out, because no one's gonna want to see this on YouTube. And also, Sister Goo, good to see you tonight, my friend. Hello. Music is perfect. Okay, great. Then give me one last second to look at the webcam, so I have a good time to edit this. But okay, no more. It's time to get into this, boys and girls. Here we flippin' go. And no ads. This is great. I will say, before I started the stream, I had such a problem with ads. It was insane. It was actually ridiculous. That's kind of why I was a little bit late today. For once. But all right. So here we go, boys and girls. So starting off. Actually, wait. No. We need to create. Add a row below. Yeah. We do. We do F tier. No. Okay. There we go. Right? That's what we do, right? That's what we've always done? I think. I do have an ad blocker, but I'm also on incognito, and it doesn't seem to transfer over. Also, you're right. I am gonna do a different intro. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. Sorry, guys. I agree there. Okay, then we'll be set. Can I stop music? Hello? Then we'll be set. So here we go. I agree. All right, final thing. What is up there, dear YouTube viewer? Thank you for coming to yet another Pokemon tier list guide. I really do appreciate the support. And as always, if you're brand new here and you don't know how this works, I am currently doing this live on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/SmartAlecPlays. So if at any point in time during the video today, you hear me interact with other people, that's because, well, yeah, I'm with my Twitch chat. So if you'd like to see us, we'd love to have you there. It'd be such a blessing to have you. And if you also end up enjoying this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up on it, because it helped out my channel immensely and the video. And without further ado, I dare say it's time to get the music going, and also subsequently this video. Let's do it. Here we go, boys and girls. So. Firstly and foremostly, for anyone that knows me in my Twitch chat or YouTube, normally I love fire starters. Like they are just phenomenal things. However, Trico has a lot. Oh yeah, I probably should say Dark Hammer. Good point. For me, with the tier list, there's a lot of things I go for. I go with nostalgia, I go with looks, I go with typing, I go with like some of my competitive knowledge of those gens. So it's a lot of mixtures, but like it's just kind of whatever, to be honest with you. It's not like there's one defining characteristic, I guess. It's like all of those kind of put together for me. So on that note, speaking of nostalgia, normally I'm not a big fan of grass starters. I'll be straight up. However, when I was young, you know, I grew up watching my older brother play Pokemon. And that was kind of like my first entrance into the series. So, he chose Trico, and that was many, many, many years ago. And because of that, Trico has always, you know, held a special area in my heart. And he was an S tier for that. And also, subsequently, Mr. Grovyle also goes into S tier, and we're just gonna make this very simple. Sceptile also goes into S tier for all those reasons. I mean, the whole line of Trico is very nostalgic for me, and also I think it is a pretty cool looking grass starter. I think it's pretty sick. Now, we also have decided in our other tier list that we don't do Megas, so we'll be ignoring them here as well. We are also going to go right to the head here. I think Torchic is amazing. I think Blaziken's also amazing, but also Combusken. I mean, I love fire types, and on top of that, this is our first time ever when Gen 3 came out that we also did a fire farter. That I guess would be different, but a fire fighter type that we never had before. And I also love fighting types. I think they're sick. So easy S type. We have to go with that, baby. I mean, there's just there's nothing else to say about that. Also, Mudkip is adorable. I love Mudkip. Now, I will say Marshtomp is a little bit derpy, and he doesn't have the cuteness factor going. I do think he's cool, but he's not enough for me to get into S tier. He is just outside it. I do like Swampert. I think like he's a little bit cooler looking. I mean, the typing was pretty cool. Like, you know, I feel like he's a better Quagsire. I think he was an S tier for that. I really think he's got to go there. I will say now, Poochyena, you know, is like your very common everywhere type of Pokemon, almost like your rat, you know, from Gen 1. I will say though, there's a meme between my brother and I. If anyone ever played the contests in Pokemon Sapphire and Pokemon Ruby, there were, I don't know why, but I always loved saying it. There was one guy in the contest, like in the very beginning ones, and he had a Poochyena, and his name, it was Jimmy's Poochie. And for whatever reason, whenever I've had a Poochyena, I have always gone ahead and named it Jimmy's Poochie, and I've always been enthralled with that. So because of that, Poochyena goes right up to S tier there. Now, Mightyena is cool looking, but it's a solo dark type, and unfortunately, if my memory serves correctly, he did not have a huge special attack, and all dark moves were special in Gen 3, kind of really making him a bit, how do I say it, like a bit, I don't want to say useless, but it wasn't the best. I did like the fact, though, that he had Intimidate. Obviously, Gen 3 also introduced Poke Powers, and I found that to be pretty cool, but he is a high B tier to me, almost into A, but again, the fact that he couldn't use Crunch or anything else to his fullest capabilities is what was rough for me there. And also, Razor Tech, good to see you today. Hope you're doing well, friend. Hello, hello, hello. But right, Zigzagoon has a really funny name, very common, but I go into A tier because I just like saying his name. I mean, Zigzagoon, it's phenomenal. Linoon is okay. Again, very common, solo normal type. Other than speed, I don't really see a huge deal for it. I go pretty happy into C tier with him. Wurmple, that's a C tier, useless. Silcoon looks a little cool. I like what they did for these bug types, but we're still going C tier, baby. Beautifly's all right. It's okay. I feel like it's a little bit better than like the previous gen's bug Pokemon. We'll go barely into B tier with that one. Silcoon, same reason, C tier. I find him kind of useless. Dustox, well, as Beautifly was barely into B tier, this one is not gonna make it. It's gonna have to go into C tier. I mean, it's a strong C tier, albeit, but yeah, there's just not enough there for me. Just not enough. And also, Duo, good to see you tonight. Hope you're doing well, friend. Now, Mr. Lotad, he's all right. He's an interesting boy, but there's just not. Maybe he's the first form, grass/water type. I mean, he needs more. C. Lombre, I like the design. You start to see a little bit flesh out a little bit more. He's getting a little bit better moves. Well, we'll go solid B tier. Ludicolo, also, I mean, I love what they did. Lotad, Lombre, Ludicolo. I love the whole dancing mechanic behind Ludicolo. Not quite stat heavy enough for me to put him into A, but a very solid B tier. Almost into A. Almost into A. Like the typing. Very, very, very cool. That is for sure. C-Dot is cool, I guess. We'll go solid B. I will say the same for what is his name? Oh my gosh. Not Shiftry, it's... Why am I saying Nuzlocke? What the heck is his name? Nuzleaf. Yeah, that's why Nuzlocke came to my mind. Yeah, solid B tier as well. Again, you see him is type, I believe... Or does he stay solo grass? Only his Shiftry, I know, becomes grass/dark, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, though, he's starting to look a lot cooler. I do like it. I do like it. Then we go to Shiftry, and you guys know I love not grass. I love dark types, but I love the fact it's our first ever grass/dark type. I believe it's even before Cacturn, because I know Cacturn obviously is introduced into this, but I believe he's before him in the Pokedex, which means, in my humble opinion, that he is he's first before him, and I really think Shiftry's cool. I also love the fact he could learn extra sensory, which I found very unique for a dark type, and he goes right into the old S tier then. Wingull, cute boy, that's an A tier. Pelipper is jokes, but not as cute to me as Wingull. But I like his typing, so he goes into B. He goes into B. Then we have Ralts. I like the whole line. They are really sick. I think really strong. I love that, like, you had, like, the cool thing with Wally, him, like, catching one, and it's a real rare spawn as well. We will go B with Ralts. We'll go A with Curlia, and then we'll go A with Gardevoir. I love that. I love that line. I mean, really, really strong psychic types. I mean, you're very typical psychic type, being kind of a glass cannon, but good nonetheless. That's for sure. Oh yeah, I ignored the birds. Sorry about that. Thank you there, Sean. I don't know how I did that. Anyhow, so then we have Tailo. Tailo's your common Boyd. That's a C. Swellow's a little bit better. It's somewhat cool, but the stat line's awful. I mean, it's got speed and somewhat of decent attack, but I feel like Pidgeot's just way better. So we're almost into B tier, but it's staying in C. It is staying into C. Surskit, I am no fan of Surskit. That's an easy D tier to me. I have no love for Surskit. It's completely useless to me. Masquerade, which I believe how you say that thing's name. Interested with Intimidate. Yeah, it's barely into C. And the only reason because it has Intimidate and the design's kind of cool. Like, I see what they're doing. But for me, yeah, I don't like the typing. I'm not a big fan of bug types, and bug water, this thing literally is not an attacking Pokemon at all. It has nice speed, but it's useless outside of that. So yeah, the heck with it. Shroomish is flipping phenomenal. I gotta go to S tier with that. I love the design. And then if they can make it somehow any better, they then make Breloom on top of that a fighting type. Breloom is a kind of a glass cannon. But my gosh, Breloom's design is almost even better than Shroomish. I mean, he's just a blessing. You gotta love Shroomish. You gotta love Breloom. I mean, if you like Shroomish, you immediately love Breloom. That's an easy S tier. There's no argument in my mind. I love the both of those boys. He's just phenomenal. Then we have whatchamacallit? We have Slacketh. Slacketh, I like the design. I like the boy for DS. I think he's cute. We'll go B then. Vigoroth. Or Vigoroth, excuse me. I like him as well. I like the fact that they took away Truant as his ability and gave him Insomnia, which is cool. I mean, it makes sense with his name. Strong B tier. Strong B tier. Again, that's kind of where I have to go with there. Not enough for me to warrant him going to A tier. Then, however, though, we go into Slacking. And if Slacking, of course, didn't have Truant, he'd be an S tier. I mean, his attack is massive. He is a bulky boy. Outside, though, strangely, his special defense is pretty lacking. But everything else is just amazing. I got a huge attack. But Truant, obviously, I mean, it's just his downfall. I mean, if he didn't have that, he'd be very overpowered. There's no question about it. But I do like his design. Again, normally I'm not a big fan of solo typings, but he's an exception. He is a normal type and a half right there. So, yeah, A tier for Mr. Slacking there. Then we have Nincada. And Nincada is absolutely useless in every way, shape, and form. Yeah, we're gonna have to put him F tier. There's nothing. There is no argument you can make to me as to why Nincada should be any way higher than an F tier. I mean, he's completely useless. What does he do? He doesn't do anything. Then we have Ninjask, who's almost equally as useless, other than its speed. It's very fast, yet gets butchered by, let's see, every rock type under the planet, every fire type under the planet, every flying type under the planet. Am I missing anything else? Yes, Ninjask, you're barely into D tier, my friend. You have speed boost, but who needs it? He's already like almost one of the fastest Pokemon of that gen anyhow. I mean, I think maybe Deoxys outspeeds him, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if he tries to somehow outspeed somebody, they torch him and he dies one hit. I mean, unfortunately, he's in a bad spot. Now, Shedinja's a whole different story, though. Wonder Guard is a wonderful thing, aptly named. Really unique. I love how creative Nintendo was as well with his evolution process. Because of that, and also, he's also Ghost, like a Ghost Bug. That's really sick. He goes into A tier for me, and he is a whack job and a half with how he plays. He's a gimmick, but I like gimmicks. I think that's really fun. Yeah, that is an A tier. He despite it being a literal shell of himself, he is way better to me than Nincada and Ninjask ever will be, both in terms of design, both in terms of typing, and also his ability just makes so much sense, and it's so flippin' cool. So, almost into S tier, really, a Shedinja. I have to be honest. Now, Wishmer's your common. It's like the rat. There's not really much to say about Wishmer. We'll go C tier. Yeah. Now, Loudred, I always kind of did like a little bit of the design. It's almost into B tier. It's like a strong C. I like what they're doing for whatever reason. And then Xploud, I like his large attack, and I like his design. He is a solid B tier for me. Oops, as he goes into A. But like he is a solid one. He's a solid one. Then we got Makihita, which I also find pretty cool in terms of design. I like he's cute, you know? We'll go B tier with him. And then with Hariyama is slow as molasses, like your typical fighting types of like gens 1 through 3. Big special defense, massive attack. Sometimes a little bit slow, usually like lacking in some other areas. Obviously no special attack. But I did like his Pokedex entry, which said, I believe he can send trucks flying with his movements, which, you know, if you think about it, is kind of impressive. So, we'll take the big bulky boy, who has a ton of HP, also has thick fat, thank you Greenlink, as his Poke Power. He goes away into A for me. I do like the design, I like what he is, I like his stat line, he's just great stuff. Azurill, or Azurill, however you want to say the Pokemon's name, is really cute. For that, it's a B tier for me, a solid B tier. Nosepass is really useless. It's a solo mon, meaning no evolution, at least until Gen 4. It just gets butchered by the constant water types or something else that's around, or the fighting types. Even though it has a large defense, it's slow. We're gonna go barely into B tier. We're going. Oh my god. Money.
Dark Hammer.
And thanks for that 200 bits there, Dark Hammer. It's barely into B tier for me. I don't know what you want me to say. He gets massacred by fighting types. His ability, how is that helpful to him? I believe it's Magnet Pull, which prevents steel types from switching out. Well, the last time I checked, he's weak against steel types. What does it do him? Literally nothing. So, we'll go B. Barely B. His design is cool. I give him that, but it is so-so. The design's one thing there, Dark Hammer, but there's all the other. Are we gonna ignore the fact that he literally can't take a hit from most things? His Poke Power is absolutely useless to him. Also, his move pull is extremely limited, and also he can't really attack much. I mean, design's one thing, but there's a whole lot more to him. And also, Soul good to see tonight. I hope you're doing well. Then we have Skitty, who's absolutely flippin' adorable. We'll go a strong B tier for because Skitty's really cute. Delcatty, I feel like decreased a little bit in terms of design. It's barely the B tier because again, it's a Soul normal type. But what I will say, what is cool about Skitty and Delcat is they have cute charm. I mean, that's basically like an attract. You don't even need to use the move. So, like that is phenomenal stuff. An attract is pretty gosh darn powerful. That's for sure. Very, very, very powerful stuff. Then we have Sableye, who I do think is cool. Again, I'm not usually a big fan of no evolutions or like a solo. Well, he's not solo typing, but he's really unique. Very defensive for what he is. And he's kind of like a trickster. You know, I like that attitude. And we'll give him a solid B. I do like Sableye for what he is. Mawile also is cool. I always thought that it was a dark type growing up because I saw it use crunch and other things. And the way it kind of behaved made you kind of feel like it was a dark type. But then I found out that it was actually a steel type all along. Cool design. I love, like, you know, when you got to have it like the trainer view on it. Like Mawile, of course, is looking at you. I found that very neat. And then I think because of that, well, we'll go A for Mawile. I think Mawile is pretty cool. Aaron is an easy A tier. Love the design. I mean, massive defense. Unfortunately, it's double weak to rock. Not double weak to rock.
Money,
oh my gosh.
money.
And thank you for the 200 bits. I appreciate their dark camera.
S tier, or I'm reporting
Oh my
this game
gosh.
for
Wait,
misinformation.
let me drink here. Hold on. But yes, I very much like Aaron. I think Aaron's super cool, even despite the fact it's quadruple weak to fighting. It's crazy. Aggron at the end of it, at like even level 100, I think it's like 400 plus defense, and like a cross shot from a champ will kill it. It's insane. It's real unfortunate, but Lairon is really cool. Aaron's really cool. Aggron, I love the design. He's S. I mean, he's just a beast looking Pokemon. There are no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I think he's super sick looking, and we got to go with him there. Meditite is so very interesting typing, I will say, but I feel like it's very underdeveloped as a Mon, and not one that I think I would ever be like, man, I really want to play Meditite. I really want them in my team. I go C tier with him. Medicham's kind of same thing. Pure Power is an interesting thing to have as a Poke Power. Again, you know, interesting typing, but I feel like despite the fact that it had that interesting typing, I feel like the weaknesses it brought on is stuff that it couldn't overcome. I felt like the Pokemon it was weak against, like, for example, Gengar, just outsped it, destroyed it. It just didn't have a chance. So, yeah, we gotta go C tier for Medicham. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. Electrike is really cool. I like him. Again, solo type, though, gets butchered by ground types. Fast, but again, kind of a glass cannon. It needed to see more. I need to see more before I could rate it any higher. So it goes into a strong B tier. However, just as I said, I needed to see more. Well, I saw more. Manectric, I love the design. He gets even faster. Yes, he's weak as all get out, but boy, is he cool looking. And boy, he's actually pretty strong electric type with his special. I will go a very, very, very strong A, almost into S. I mean, I love the look of him. I love, again, just what it is. Like, he's sick, man. Now, Plusle, let's be positive about this, is very cute, but completely useless outside of a double battle. That's an easy C, almost into D. The only thing that's saving it from going to D is the fact it's cute. Mine is the exact same thing. I don't want to be negative here, but literally, I mean, there's what can you do? I mean, if they're out by themselves, they're useless. They're fast, they can't take a hit, and that's what we got. Again, they are adorable. I'm not disagreeing, but they are useless in every other flipping way. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And also, Paris, good to see you tonight, my friend. How you doing? Volbeat, useless, D tier. Ilmise or Ilmuse, useless, D tier, almost into F tier. Gulpin is just funny. Let's go B tier for that. Swalot is also very funny looking. But honestly, you really can't take a hit either, to be honest. We'll go a very weak B tier, but a B tier nonetheless. Rosalia, you know, I saw, you know, now I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest here. Rosalia, listen. Normally, I would say Rosalia would not be very high ranking to me. I think Rosalia is a cool design, but I do think that it's kind of, I mean, it's just kind of weak. In this game, in Gen 3, where flying types typically had a high attack, like dragon types were also a thing, Rosalia just really didn't stand much. She really couldn't take a hit, especially, you know, she wanted to set with powders or something else. She had a nice special, but unfortunately, she usually got outsped and usually she died in one hit. However, all of that being said, Miss FNAF has been the Rosalia of our teams before, and we like FNAF around here. So because of that, we'll move her up to S, but it's only because FNAF has been our Rosalie. We all like FNAF around here, and we'll do that for FNAF. But that is the only flipping reason. Otherwise, Rosalia would not even be close to reaching S. So FNAF, you're welcome. That is what I say. You are welcome there. That is it. That is absolutely it. Carvana, love the design, love the typing. Obviously, Carvana gets butchered by everything it's weak to. It has no defense even to potentially even think about having, but boy, can it attack, and boy, it's pretty fast. I do like Carvana. I loved, whatchamacallit. I love, its rough skin ability. I found that very cool. Like, that's pretty gosh darn nice, and also thanks so much, Duo for the Hydra Station. I'll get that into the stream. But it is great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Also, Sharpedo's the exact same thing. I mean, I like Carvana already. Sharpedo's even cooler looking. I love Sharpedo's design. Love the typing. Love Sharpedo. I can't say enough about him. Whalmer is absolutely phenomenally cute. I think we'll go A. Very cute boy. Whale Lord is also cute. A big boy and a half. I also like the fact that, with Kyogre and Groudon learned Eruption, Kyogre learned Water Spout. And the interesting thing there is that Wailord learns Water Spout, Camerupt learns Eruption. So it's kind of like, they have that connection. And I've always found that very cool. So we gotta go with Mr. Wailord there into A. Nummel is so-so. He's okay. Not as cute as Whalmer. We'll go B with him. Camerupt is okay. I do like him, but in this gen, where there's a lot of water, which means there's a lot of water types, when you're fire ground, which means you're quadruple weak to it, you get massacred by anything and everything that looks at you. So, we gotta go a bit of a mid-range B tier there. I mean, design's cool. He has a cool typing. I like it. But unfortunately, yeah, he just gets butchered. I mean, there's just not much to say. Then we have Torkoal, which is cool. Like, he has a high defense, but did we forget, like I just said, this is Waterland, and water types rule this kingdom, and he doesn't have a good special. And also, by the way, he's a solo fire type, no evolution. White Smoke is a cool ability, but we gotta go C tier because he can't hold his own literally against most things. He's also slow as molasses. Then we have Spoink. I think Spoink is a great design. I love the bouncy boy. We gotta go A for Spoink. I just like being able to say the name. Spoink is great. Grumpig did decrease for me a lot. I found it cool that it learned Magic Coat, and also Bounce, but he's not as cute as Spoink, and it's not as fun to say Grumpig. We'll go with solid B, but not an A. He just not enough there. Not enough there for me. Not enough there for me. Then we have Spinda, which I find funny. And also, what was unique, Nintendo was very creative. If you ever play Gen 3, or maybe you already have, Spinda will have different speckles of, like, the red on it. So each one you catch is not going to look exactly alike. I believe there's, like, 20 different variations, which, that's a cool, like, little, I don't want to say Easter egg, but a little thing that, that they included. So because of that, we'll go B. We will go B, which is cool. I do like that. Now, Trapinch, very cool. I like him. B, I just like it. Vibrava is also cool, or Vibrava, however you want to say it. I do like the typing behind what you're seeing it turn into. We'll go a very solid B tier. I do think it's very cool. But again, it needs more. It needs to have its final evolution before it goes any higher for me. Then we do go Flygon. Now Flygon, of course, is completely quadruple weak to ice. What dragon isn't? I mean, now it's just ground. But the fact that it's our first ever ground dragon, and on top of that, he's very fast. I do like what Flygon became. Like the fact, I really do like the fact that we had Trapinch. When I was young, when I first played these games, I never realized that Trapinch evolved into Flygon. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It looks completely different, which is what made me love it even more. So I think because of that, we gotta go Flygon an S. I do think it's an easy S. I love the design. I love it for what it is. I love even more so the fact that Trapinch evolved into it. I think that's really cool. I really do. Cacnea is also really cool because again, it's grass dark. Love that. I love the design. We'll go with strong A. Cacturn is the exact same thing for me. It would be, it could potentially move forward into S. But the things holding it back are its speed. It has no defense. I love the move Needle Arm. I think it's a great design. But unfortunately, when you have all that attacking, see, the difference is Sharpedo has no defenses to speak of. However, it is able to attack and potentially one-shot things. Cacturne is very slow. It can't do that. In most cases, it will never do that. So Cacturne's cool, but he's going to be in such a small variety of situations that he has to be a strong A for design, typing, and all that. But just like stat-wise, it just doesn't add up. Then, of course, we have Swablu, which is really cute. Very, very cool. I do like Swablu. I always like the fact that Natural Cure. I thought that was neat. I will say that it's cute, but again, it's still in its beginning stages. We'll make that a solid B tier. Altaria is really cute. I love the fact that it changed it to a dragon, because the whole time I was like, oh, it's just going to stay a flying type. No. Then it switches over to dragon flying. It's a very defensive dragon type. You can kind of build up with Dragon Dance, do some fun things with it. We're going to go solid A with Altaria. Altaria is a great design, very interesting for dragon types. Like, it actually can survive an Ice Beam pretty effectively. We got to go there with that one. Then we have Zongoose, which, again, I love the design. I love its big attack. But again, no defense to speak of, really slow. So what does that add up to? Fighting types just butchered it. I will say that I love the fact that it's a Mongoose versus the snake, Seviper. I love that the Pokedex kind of has that going for it. So in light of that, I want to make an A tier because of design, but the other things are holding it back. Now we are gonna go A tier. I really think it's a cool design. I really do like Zongoose. Seviper also is a really cool design. I think we have to put them both in A tier. Again, I don't think they're very competitively viable, or their stats really are indicative of a super good Pokemon, but they are cool. They learn pretty cool moves. Zongoose learns Crush Claw. Back in that gen, that was kind of brand new. And then Seviper learns Poison Tail. Really cool move. I liked all that. So, yeah, we're going to put them both in the A tier there. Lunatone is also really cool. I love, again, the moon and the sun thing. We got to go A with it. I like the Psychic Rock. And I also had to go the same for Soul Rock. And I also, for the longest time, thought that Soul Rock was Psychic Fire. But no, it's Rock Psychic, just like Lunatone. And I always found that pretty gosh darn neat. So, and I also loved when they introduced the doubles gym battle that, of course, did Lunatone and Soul Rock. I thought that was a really nice touch, and that was sick. So, we got that there, baby. Then, of course, we have Mr. Barboach himself. Through looks, typing, and name alone, we got to go A. I love saying Boach. It's just a fun name. I mean, who doesn't like saying Barboach? We got to do that. Also, wait, I'm going to scroll down briefly there. How does that look? Yeah, we can all see that. Okay, cool. Coolio. So yeah, we got Barboach, and then Wishcash is okay. Very derpy looking mon. I mean, gets butchered by grass types. Not as cute as to me as obviously Mr. Boach is. However, it is still solid, so we'll go to B tier with that. But yeah, Boach takes over with its cuteness. Then, of course, we have Corphish, which I never knew even existed in my first playthroughs of the game, because it wasn't really something like that any wild trainers had. And the only time I ever seeing it was whatchamacallit, in the battle tower. I was like, what is Crawdon? But it looks like Krabby's long-distant third cousin, and it looks even worse. So we gotta go with C tier, in a very, weak C tier for me. There's not very much to write home about it. Now, it does, of course, change it to Crawdon, which is, which is your Water Dark, which I found, okay, that's kind of interesting that he evolves. That he's a little more intimidating looking. But again, really no defense to speak of. Has a nice attack. I believe nice attacking stats in general. So he does go into a more solid B tier, but he can never be into A, never be into S. There's just not a work in there for him, in my humble opinion. Now, we then do get Mr. Baltoy, which is also cool. Very defensive, very interesting typing. I do like it. We'll go solid B tier. Then we go to Claydol, which is just a better, it looks even cooler, is even stronger with its defenses. Again, retains its typing completely. Big fan. Also, I felt like it's just really cool to have seen it on Steven's team. So we go a solid, we go to a solid A for Claydol there. We got to do that. We got to do that. Lil Leap, I do like Lilleep. I think Lilleep is cute. I think the fossils were so cool in this gen. Big fan of them. Lilleep's an easy A. Cradily is almost S. I love what Cradily is. Very defensive. Great thing to set up with, you know, like with Ingrain, Leech Seed, Toxic, Ancient Power, make it that Confuse Ray going. Love what it's got. It is just good stuff. Cradily is great. Great stuff. Then with Anorith, I believe it's called. The design's a little bit worse for me. Interesting, it's Bug Rock. It's a solid B tier, but it's not as good as Lilleep to me. It's not as good as Cradily. Armaldo, same thing. And here's my thing as well. Armaldo, despite being a bug type, it can only learn one bug move, and that's Fury Cutter. It has a large attack, and that's all it's got going for it. And it might as well what? It's just a bug type and typing only. Can't use its moves. Can't really use its full abilities. So yeah, it kind of sucks. It really sucks in that perspective. Again, kind of a cool design, but it really can't use its other typing. So it might as well just be Rock at that point. In my humble opinion. That's what I'll say. And then Phoebus, I mean, Phoebus is what it is, right? It changes into one of the most beautiful and amazing Pokemon ever. I love Milotic. Really a great Pokemon. So, it's time to meme. He's going into S tier because it evolves into Milotic. And no other reason, and because it can learn actual moves unlike Magikarp. Milotic, I mean, who we playing around with? Milotic is a phenomenal Pokemon. Yes, it's solo typing, but boy, its stats sure don't act like it. It's a defensive tank, got a great special. It can really withstand things. And on top of that, probably easily my top three, in my top three shinies. I mean, it gets even more beautiful, even more majestic. Milotic is just phenomenal. I loved how challenging it was to find it in the gens. You had to be very specific in the water tiles to be able to locate it. Oh, just beautiful. All of Milotic I love. That is an S tier. Just in all ways. Now I don't want to be clouded here, but cast form is very interesting. There's no doubt about it. It's a very interesting gimmick of a Pokemon. But is it really worth all that much? So we'll go B. And I will also rate the cast form things as well. I love the different designs I had for. I think the Sunny Boy is really cool in design. I'll give him an A because it transfers the fire type. The Rain is also really cool. Oh, and by the way, the other weather I think was just sand. That's ice. That's ice. The ice one is also really cool. I love their designs there. I love the gimmick on it. I mean, again, cast form is cool, but becoming a fire, becoming a water, becoming an ice type, like, dude, that is just sick stuff. And the fact that he changed forms like that is just beautiful. I love that. I love about cast form. That is great stuff. And also, Mr. Talladego, good to see you tonight. I hope you're doing well. Kecleon, or however you say, Kecleon, is also cool. I love the fact that when you hit it, it changes to that type. Like, that's, again, a big gimmick. But also is really annoying in our paths when we have to have that scope to move forward. So because of that, Kecleon, because you were in my way, you're into F tier. How about that, Kecleon? And there we go. Shuppet is also cool. I mean, it's a solo ghost type. Not really much to write home about. But I will say, the name's funny. Like, the Pokedex entries are really kind of creepy. So we'll go a solid B tier for Mr. Shuppet there. Then we have Banette, which I know a lot of people like the design. I do think Banette's pretty cool. I think it's cooler than Shuppet. We'll go A tier. The design is sick. Again, it's not really that big of a deal as far as ghost types go. Like, it's not like exceptionally powerful, but it's still cool nonetheless. That's for sure. Then we have Duskull, and I don't think I need to say this, but if you guys don't know, really think the Duskull line is cool because what they did, they rewrote the script. You know, I just said about Banette being your typical ghost type. What's your typical ghost type? Usually a large special, maybe decently fast, but not at all defensive. There's just nothing about it. It usually doesn't have an attack either. Well, Duskull, they rewrote that. They said, okay, you're not going to be fast, but you're going to be a defensive flippin' tank! And he is that, and then some. Great for Nightshade, great for Confuse Ray and Will-O-Wisp. Gotta go S tier. I love his design. I love the fact that he is a absolute beast when it comes to defense. He's really sick, man. So yeah, we gotta go Dusclops into S tier. Absolutely gotta do it. Absolutely gotta do it. Then Tropius. Tropius is cool, but you know, when you play with him, I feel like there's a lot that's left to be desired. Like, the design's cool, the typing's really interesting, but there's just something about it. It's just like, I don't know, it felt like he could have been so much more. So he's a strong B tier to me, but he'll never leave that. Like, his ceiling is very low. It's like, he looks cool, it's like, wow, like, I really want this Pokemon. When you play with them, it's just like, oh, okay, I don't know. There could have been a better flying or grass type for me. That's the way I look at it, at least. And then Chimecho is really interesting because there was a theory out there. If you look at the Pokedex entries in Gen 3, he is listed right with the legendaries, which there's a rumor that was apparently he was either added late or he was supposed to have something to do with the legendary line. And there's also even further proof backing that up because there's only one area in Gen 3 where you can locate him, and he's also a rare spawn. Again, kind of adding that he was supposed to perhaps be something a lot more than he is. Because of those theories that we can't really prove, but I like his defensiveness and I like his special. But again, Again, he leaves a lot to be desired, but I think because of the stuff that he has going for him with the rumors, the theories, we'll give him a solid A. But again, there's no way he could ever grow out of that for me personally. There's just no way. But all right, then we have Absol. Absol is going to be an absolute flipping boss. That is absolutely an S tier for me. I love what he is. Again, huge attack, can't take a hit, but Absol's just so flipping cool looking. I mean, it almost looks like he should be a legendary in the way he looks. He reminds me of like a very elegant form of the legendary dogs, Riku, Suicune, and Entei. In my humble opinion, it almost looks like he's like a distant relative, and I really do like that. Then why not? Because why not? We're going S tier. Why not? I love the name. It's just great stuff. Really cute mon. The fact that gave Wobbuffet a baby evolution or a baby mon is really unique. I don't know how many people asked for that, but we got it. And the fact that they get the egg, it's like, hey, why not? Why not, man? So there we go. There we go. And then of course we get Snorunt, which I think is really cool. Snorunt is an S. I love the design. I know it's a solo ice type, but it just looks cool, man. Glalie is the exact same thing. I love that, like, you had to get him, like, you know, in Shoal Cave. There was very specific times you can go out there and even find Snorunt to get into Glalie. The fact it's just a head of ice is sick. The fact it learned Explosion I thought was sick. Like, it is really cool. Why not? Not why not. Snorunt and Glalie are definitely two favorites of mine. And then moving onward, we have Spiel. Spiel's also really good. Also in S tier. I love saying his name because you guys get to hear my spiel, but like, he rolls around. He's a roly boy. Love that, love that, love that. Now, of course, Celio decreased just a little bit for me. Very close to almost being an S tier. He's cool. He's cute. You know, he's a large boy. But he's not as cute as his younger self, you know? He put on a little bit of weight and not to the point where, like, he needs to just realize that he needs to go back to his little roly boy form. Because now he can't move. You know, now he can't roll around anymore. He put on a little bit too much weight. Now, Walrein is a different story. See, Walrein did put on that weight. However, he put on that muscle. He put on that strength. He got Sheer Cold, he got the Body Slam, he got the Blizzard, he got the Surf. There's your moveset. He's a son of a flippin' gun. Love Walrein, love his design. He got thick fat on top of that. Fire types and water types. Wait, no. Fire types and ice types will have, I mean, you can't even do anything against him, really. Big boy. Love his growl as well. Love that. Walrein's a son of a gun. Absolutely a tank. Walrein's an easy S. Oh, man, is he good. Now, Clamperl is nothing to write home about for me. That's a C. Like, it's cool that he's under the water because, you know, obviously Gen 3 introduced Dive. That's neat, but yeah, okay, it's Clamperl. Who says, man, I love Clamperl? No one. Thank you. Then Huntail is all right. Like, stat line wise, he's not actually so bad. I wasn't too enthralled with the design. He's a weak B tier to me. Like, there's just not very much to say about Huntail. It's like, ooh, Huntail, okay. Now, Gorbis is a lot more elegant. I don't dislike Gorbis, but it feels like it tried to be cuter than it should have been. So it's a little bit more solid of a B tier, but not enough to go anywhere else. I mean, it is what it is. Now, we get to Relicanth. Relicanth is going into A tier, and I'll tell you why. The only reason why this boy is in A tier, otherwise he'd be in C, is because of the lore behind him. If you guys didn't know, in order to get the Reggies in Gen 3, he played a very, very, very important role in that whole thing. And because of that, he's got to be there. I mean, you get to get the Reggies, and he's a part of it. So therefore, by his qualifications, he's got to be there with Wailord at the very least. It just wouldn't make any sense to have him otherwise. So otherwise he'd be C, but Relicanth, you've saved yourself. All right, we're gonna nip this out of the bud. Someone tell me one redeeming quality that this flipping heart of a Mon has. Before you say speed, great. It can't attack. Its move pool is useless. It's useless. It's a flipping heart. It looks stupid. It can go into F tier for all eternity. I don't even care. I am not a fan of Luvdisc. Get out. Never will that be on my team. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Never. Luvdisc can go to heck. And it now is in heck. It is now in heck. Out of here, gone, goodbye Luvdisc. Oh my gosh, I'm waiting for that Mon to go into F tier. That thing is so pathetically weak, it's laughable. It is actually, I would rather have a level 100 Magikarp other than that thing. I really would. Also, okay. Bagon, who's surprised by this one here? The fact he's going to A. Love the design. Whoops. Love the design. Love dragon types. Really flipping cool. Shelgon, we're going to go the exact same thing. I love that boy. I think he's really, really neat. Salamence is absolutely flipping cool, my humble opinion. Love his growl. Love Intimidate. Love what he is. Oh my gosh. Salamence is just phenomenal. 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 I mean, he is a very strong S tier from his other counterparts. Maybe you could say Bagon. Maybe you could say whatchamacallit. A Shelgon as well. Or Shelgon, you could say yeah, like maybe a little bit of a weak in S tier. But they turned to Salamence, man. I mean, do I need to say more? Who here doesn't like Salamence? I mean, let's just be honest. Also, beard. Oh, here we go. And then of course, we go into one of my all-time favorite lines. Let's just nip this in the bud. The entire Beldum into wait, what's his name? Beldum. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Beldum? Metang, thank you to Metagross. Metagross's stats at max level is almost, if not on par with some legendaries. Oh, and on top of that, he has Clear Body, which means you can't lower his stats. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So he has legit no hope. You guys have legit no hope of using Intimidate on him, which absolutely sucks. And oh, by the way, he learns literally the best steel move in the game at the time, which is Meteor Mash, which also has a chance to raise his already magnificent attack. Oh, and also on top of that, he's Steel Psychic. And by the way, back then, Steel resisted Psychic. So not resisted Psychic, it resisted Dark. So despite it being a dual Steel/Psychic type, Dark was nothing to him. It's just insane. Metagross is an absolute flippin' beast. I love his design, love his growl. He's a tank. He's really cool. His stat line is absolutely insane. Again, it literally is on par with some legendaries. It's crazy to think about. And yeah, Metagross is there. There's just no question about it. And yes, he has a very cool shiny. I completely concur. Regirock is a beast with those stats. That's an easy A. I do like the design. All the Regis really are good. We're going to go Regi Ice A. We're going to go Registeel almost into S. I like his design the most out of all the three of them. But their stat line in terms of defense is unheard of. They are tanks to the nth degree. Not so much attacking, but if you use the Reggies, I mean, literally, you can just set up, sit there, and stall. I mean, they are beasts in their own right. They got a really cool design. Getting them is super cool. Very difficult, to be honest, but it is such a cool thing they added to Gen 3. Absolutely love that lore. Absolutely loved the way that it took to be able to get them. They're just phenomenal. They are just phenomenal. No question about it. Then, of course, you go to Latios, or Latias, and Latias... Latias is also a really interesting dragon type, you know, being Dragon Psychic, the first of its kind. And it had... the first of its kind. And it had a very interesting, you know, stat line. And again, kind of like Altaria. It was able to withstand, you know, the ice moves. Because obviously, you know, like, it isn't double or quadruple weak to ice or whatever else. So it is able to actually hold its own against things normally dragons couldn't. And it could learn a lot of different moves. And I like, you know, like the chases, like the legendary dogs. You know, you had to go around the map to be able to find them. So for that reason, we'll go with a strong A. It's a cool design. More so cute than cool. That's for sure. And then we, of course, will also then go to Latios, which, again, is the offensive counterpart to Latias. And I will say that Latios is a lot cooler design. I love the fact it went Luster Purge. I liked its speed. I liked its attack. I liked its... Well, I think it actually more so had special than physical attacking. Regardless, way cooler, in my humble opinion, than Latias. But I will say it's a stronger A, but not strong enough to get into S tier. Because, again, there's just more so going for Latias... Or Latios versus Latias. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. And then, boys and girls, we have Kyogre. Kyogre is completely, and I mean completely overpowered for what it is. Allow me to say, even its worst stats are above 200, and in those times, that's insane. This thing literally had over 300 special attack. It had over 300 special defense. It was a special beast. But even so, like, its other stats weren't anything like to be like, oh man, like, it's a little bit weak. They were insane. Oh, and by the way, it had Drizzle, which meant back in those days, Drizzle lasted the entire duration of the battle. For, like, literally the king of water types that also could learn Water Spout, which meant, like, if you're in full health, that did even more damage. It could be a one-shot to pretty much every fire, every ground, or even, like, normal typings, or neutral typings that get sent out against it, it could kill. And, oh, by the way, Thunder's 100% accurate. This thing could also literally legit destroy every single water type that came in its path because you couldn't overpower it. It had 100% accuracy with Thunder. It had a massive special. Kyogre is a beast and a half. I mean, it is a legendary to truly write home about. There's not much else to say. And by the way, it also can learn ice moves, so it also murdered dragon types. Because the dragon types could not kill it. It killed them. Like, it owned dragon types, it owned water types, it owned... it owned some grass types, it owned fire types, it owned ground types, and honestly, it owned Groudon. Groudon, really cool, but no chance. No flipping chance. Then, of course, we do go to Groudon. Groudon's really flipping cool. Love its design more so I love Kyogre. It also had a massive attack. I always thought that perhaps it would be fire type, but no, it is in fact ground type. But it has Drought. And what is Groudon's really most impressive stat? Well, it's his attack stat. It's massive. And what are fire type moves in Gen 3? They're all special. So guess what? Groudon's best stat doesn't get used. Now, he can use it for Earthquake, which is great stuff. However, it felt like he was done a disservice to. It felt like Kyogre was legit the one that got the way better end of the shtick here, okay? I'm going to say that right now. He got all of it. Groudon got the very short end. Very cool mon. Very impressive in his own right. But if it really, really, really comes down to it, Kyogre versus Groudon, yeah, there's no competition, man. So he's a weaker S tier to me than it is Kyogre, even though Groudon is way cooler looking. Way more cooler looking. Then, of course, we have Rayquaza. Guys, if you don't know me, then you're, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Rayquaza may be my all-time favorite legendary in terms of design, in terms of his stat line. He is so flipping cool. The fact that he, in addition to Kyogre being in the game, or Groudon if you had Ruby, or if you had Emerald, whatever else, that's a little bit different. He was also in there. You can go catch him. Like, it's like that extra special legendary to go find. Dude, insane. I mean, he's just so cool. His shiny is even more magnificent. Might be like my number 2 shiny of all time. He's just phenomenal. Love his moveset. I love his ability. Like, airlock negates Groudon and Kyogre with that stuff. It's just insane. I love Rayquaza. Rayquaza is a beast. I mean, he really is a beast among beasts. A god amongst mere men. Truly. So, love Rayquaza. That might be the strongest S tier we have here outside of my loading, I will say. I love Rayquaza. Jirachi is interesting. You know, very hard to procure. You either had to have like Coliseum or like have gone to the events. Interesting typing, you know, it's the same as Metagross. You know, learn Doom Desire. It's cute. But with the other legendaries we just had, you know, we had Rayquaza, we had Kyogre, we had Groudon. How do we hold a candle to that with Jirachi? And the answer is you don't. I mean, you don't. Jirachi does go to A tier for its typings, for its unique moveset, for what it is. But it's a strong A, but never a full on whatchamacallit. Never would it be S for me. Then of course we go to Mr. Deoxys, the final Mon. And boy is Deoxys unique. Boy is he unique. Obviously your speed, your defensive, and your attacking form. And I mean he in all those categories into the form that he changes into, he legit is at the top of his class. Now, alternatively, there's of course weaknesses to that. So say for example, the Speed Boy has legit no defense. So like he may have 400 speed, or not even the speed one, like the attacking form one. The attacking form one may have like insane speed and insane attacks. But he can't take a hit at all. I think his defenses are under 100. Really cool though. So keep that in mind. That's what he is. I think normal Deoxys is pretty gosh darn cool. Yeah, we're gonna shoot the works, boys. We're gonna go straight up to S tier with Deoxys. Oh, and we're going straight up to S tier again with Deoxys. Hold on, I need to like scroll up again. Oh, did I say S tier Deoxys? Oh, I mean S tier. Not only Deoxys here and there, but I mean S. Wait, where did I just put him? I lost him. I mean S tier with all of Deoxys. Really cool Mon. Loved how Nintendo was able to make him at different forms. I think that is such a cool feature. Love that about him. Love how his different forms look. I love depending on the game you traded him into, he had different forms. I think it is phenomenal. Deoxys is one of my favorite legendaries. So cool. Like, in fact, he's like basically an alien. Is so cool. I mean, again, one of the reasons why I love Gen 3 so much is that I feel like versus other games later on, like let's say Sword and Shield, for example, right? I feel like the thoughtfulness and the ways to get legendaries in here was a lot more well put together and well thought out than it ever really has been. Like I look at the lore behind it. Look how you had to get the Reggies. Look how insane that was. And that's before the time, by the way, boys and girls, where everyone had internet, really. Like a really good internet. Like, in order to figure out how to get the Reggies was insane. You had to have a guidebook. That's what I like. I feel like that's what's missing in these newer games. But, so now with that being said, you guys see my tier list. You see what's an S, you see what's an A, you see what's a B, you see what's a D, you see what's an F. What do you guys agree with? And what do you guys disagree with? And for all the people watching on YouTube right now, that's also intended for you. I want you to type down in the comments. Let me know what money, and thank you for 200 bits there, Mr. Darkhammer. I do appreciate you, baby. Thank you.
Nosepass
but seriously, what do my YouTube people think? You, the viewer. What do you think that you agree with? Should we had, say, for example, Aggro in S tier? Should we say an example of had Ninkata in F tier? I want to know. I want to hear your thoughts. And if you made it to this part of the video at the end, truly, thank you, my friend, for watching. I really do appreciate it. It means the world that you support my channel. Again, if you're brand new and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so, because not only would it help out my channel immensely, but we're less than 50 subs at this point in time, away from 600 on YouTube. So again, thank you for watching, my friend. I really do appreciate it. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next tier list video. And as I say at the end of all my Twitch streams, remember, stay happy, stay healthy, and remember to smile. You look so much better when you smile. I will see you in the next video, and thank you for being here, friend. Bye.